Demetrious Johnson, one of the greatest MMA fighters of all time, is a new champion in another organization other than the UFC. You guys know what I'm talking about. One championship, beats Adriano Moraes, a guy that previously knocked out Demetrious Johnson for the first time in his MMA career. And Demetrious goes out there and gets a KO win in round number 4. Pretty much the same way, but a little bit different than Adriano Moraes beat him last time. Got a right cross and then threw a flying knee. Adriano Moraes back, hits the cage, and he is out. Before that, Adriano Moraes led in an uppercut and a knee onto Demetrious Johnson and won that fight. They're 1-1 right now. KO and another KO. I cannot wait to see the trilogy right here. One of the greatest MMA fighters of all time, the greatest flyweight fighter of all time, and one of the best bantamweights of all time right here in Demetrious Johnson. This dude is just an absolute killer in the octagon, whether it's UFC, whether it's one championship. What do y'all guys think? Demetrious Johnson is a champion again. That is some crazy, crazy news. Dustin Poirier puts out another tweet. I guarantee you, go and follow Dustin Poirier on Twitter. He posted something like this, like every single day. I'm fighting on November 12th. Now, this one I do believe. November 12th, UFC 281, most likely against Michael Chandler, and most likely to be a 3-round fight, because it is not going to be the main event. It's not even going to be the co-main event, because that's going to be Zhang Weili versus Carlos Barros. The main event is going to be Alex Pereira versus Israel Adesanya. If it's a 5-rounder, sign me up for the fight, but he guarantees us I will be fighting at November 12th at UFC 281. What do y'all think? Who wins? Poirier or Michael Chandler? Arman Tsarukyan calls out Jalin Turner, and he does it in a very, very fun way. I love the tweet right here. Since RDA turned down the fight with me, I expect to take his place in the rankings on next week update. If you do not want to defend your ranking, you should give up your spot. I can lead by example by defending my ranking against @Jalin Turner. Arman Tsarukyan wants Jalin Turner next. Now, this fight is a dang banger in the UFC's lightweight division. Jalin Turner, one of the tallest fighters in the division, the tarantula, amazing striking, really good jiu-jitsu. Arman Tsarukyan, really good kickboxer with good jiu-jitsu, good wrestling, good grappling. This is an amazing fight. This is main event category, but I expect it to be probably a co-main event of a fight night or on the main card of a pay-per-view if the fight does happen. What do y'all think? Does the fight happen in the UFC's lightweight division, and who would win, Arman or Jalin Turner? Henry Cejudo has made yet another call out. I mean, the man does not stop. He just keeps on calling out opponent after opponent after opponent. And we have another one right here. We know he's been calling out Alexander Volkanovski. He's been calling out Conor McGregor. He's been calling out so many fighters, Petr Yan, Aljamain Sterling. I mean, the list, I can go on and on and on. But we have another call out from Henry Cejudo. Says he would like to fight Max Holloway in his return fight and his first ever fight inside of the 145-pound division. The number 1 UFC featherweight contender, Max Blessed Holloway. I think it's a good fight. I don't know who wins. I think it is a pretty 50-50 one. Holloway's the better striker. He's taller, he's lengthier, but Henry has the wrestling. It just depends. Can Henry get the takedown? Plus, I mean, he's a little bit older than Max Holloway. Max is going to have the youth advantage as well. But what do y'all think? Holloway or Henry Cejudo? Stephen Wonder Boy Thompson gets a call out from a non-wrestler, a non-grappler in the UFC's welterweight division. We all know Wonderboy Thompson is ducking Shavkat Rakhmonov. He does not want to have to face yet another wrestler and grappler that's going to take him down and dominate him on the ground. If you want to see all of the MMA news, go to Bert_MMA on Instagram. He posted this earlier on today, about 15 hours ago. Stephen Wonderboy Thompson gets a call out from Jake Matthews. Right here, we got Wonderboy's quotes. It doesn't make sense for me to face another heavy grappler. Wonderboy turns down a fight with Shavkat Rakhmonov. Jake Matthews at Wonderboy Thompson. I'm not a grappler. Abu Dhabi in October. So Jake Matthews, after knocking out Andre Filio, calls out Stephen Wonderboy Thompson. What do y'all think about the matchup? Do you think Thompson will accept the fight, or maybe he'll just accept like a Michel Pereira or someone like that? Should he accept Shavkat? Put your prediction down below. Put your thoughts down below for this fight in the welterweight division. Paulo Costa's ideal opponents after UFC's 278 fight card, where he decisioned Luke Rockhold, the man that gets knocked out pretty much every single time. This is his coach's ideal opponent for Paulo Costa. It is Derek Brunson. If you look at the UFC rankings as of right now for Derek Brunson, Derek is sitting right now at number 4 in the UFC middleweight division. Paulo is going to be at number 6. Derek Brunson is fighting number 8, Jack Hermanson, and that fight is going to be happening on the main events in Orlando, Florida on December 3rd, and I got to admit, it would be a pretty good matchup for Paulo Costa, a guy in Derek Brunson that doesn't really have the best chin, that's been knocked out plenty of times, and that gasses out a little bit after round number 1, round number 2. 5 rounds with Derek Brunson and Paulo Costa. I'd have to go Paulo Costa to get the TKO win, round 2, round 3, if it was a 5-round main event. But what do y'all think? Paulo versus Derek Brunson. Put your predictions down below. Alright, this is the lineup for UFC 279. Chimaev versus Diaz. Chimaev Diaz is going to be the main event. Obviously, there's no other fight to be the main events of this pay-per-view. We got Li Jingliang versus Tony Ferguson as the co-main event. Most likely, if maybe Diaz pulls out, they'll probably put Ferguson right there. If Chimaev pulls out, they'll probably put Ferguson right there. I mean, if Li Jingliang pulls out, I mean, this is just one of those fights in that co-main event spot that if anything happens to this fight with Chimaev and Diaz, boom, they got a perfect fight right here in Tony Ferguson. We got Kevin Holland, Daniel Rodriguez also on the main card. We got Irene Aldana, Macy Chiasson. I don't know why that's on the main card over Hakeem Dawodu versus Julian Erosa, over Shamil Abdurrahima versus Jonathan Almeida. I don't know what that's doing there. But we also have Johnny Walker and Iwan Kutelaba. And then you guys can check the early prelims and other prelim fights as well. Not as interesting, some okay fights right there. What do y'all think about UFC 279? Good? Bad? Average? What do y'all think? Put your thoughts down below. Darren Till says he will fight twice in the end of 2022 after being injured probably 1,000 times. I'm going to be deadly honest with you. Darren Till has been injured every single month, it seems. I mean, I'd say in a few months' time, Till revealed I would want 2 fights by the end of the year, and then next year is a big year. The comeback is on. Do I believe him? No. Do I believe Darren Till when he says this? No. I think if he does manage to win 1 fight by the end of 2022 and he's scheduled for another fight by the end of 2022, I believe he's probably going to get injured. There's no way a Darren Till fight will happen without him getting injured during the fight, after the fight, before the fight, somewhere around the fight, and not being able to do that second match. I mean, I don't believe this. Darren Till says he wants 2 more fights by the end of 2022. What do y'all think about this one in the middleweight division? Yeah, that is it for today's MMA news. If you like the news, make sure to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. If you dislike the news, I don't care. Still like the video, still subscribe, and comment your thoughts on all of the stories that we looked at on MMAnews.com. All of the things we looked at on my Instagram right here. If you want the latest and greatest MMA news, go follow Bert_MMA. And if you want the bets that I'll be making for UFC 279 and every other MMA fight, whether it's Bellator, PFL, UFC, you name it, go down and click the top link down below in the description for all my MMA bets. Thank you guys for watching. We'll see you in the next one. Like the video, subscribe!